Hello, everyone, and welcome to the UBports Community Update for July 22nd, 2017. We've got a huge roundup of news from everyone in the community today, and we also have a very special guest. So, would you like to introduce yourself, our special guest?
Yes, sure. So I am Bhushan. I work for KD Plasma Mobile and the Halium project, and I am currently in the Spain attending the academy. So yeah, that's pretty much it about me.
All right, excellent. As always, I am Dalton. We also have Jan.
Hello.
And Marius with us today.
Hello.
We also have a very loud Gar.
That also.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right. Let's jump right in. So, there's been some stuff going on with Halium, I hear. Can you explain what's been going on around there, both Marius and Bhushan?
Sure. So I am basically looking into how to get the root file system working for some specific devices which exports some QTI PSP. So basically we have all the non-Nexus devices covered with the root file system, and I cannot really find a nice packaging solution yet, but it's still work in progress. So yeah, I am and currently this week I was basically traveling to academy and busy with the academy talks and everything. So this week is not much updates other than what is already in the to-do items.
Right.
Maybe Marius have some nice updates.
Yeah, on my side of things, I've been mostly working on porting everything to work on Xenial, and that also includes getting Halium working on Xenial Ubuntu I'm talking about now, the Ubuntu base, and getting the root file system working with Halium and getting everything to boot correctly. And now it does boot, and Unity 8 is appearing with running on Halium. And we also now has and ported Halium to Android 7, which has been a heavy and long process to get up and running. But now it's working on devices. Well, when I say working, it's just the really low level stuff is working.
Okay, excellent. So what kind of hardware do you have running with it?
Right now, we have different hardware. I think we got some new ones, except for, well, the first one we started with was the Nexus 5, and then we moved over to Nexus 5X for Halium 7. I also ported to OnePlus 3 and OnePlus 5, and also other devices that are still work in progress. They still boots. And they show graphic, but there's no built-in instruction or the sources. Well, I think for some of the devices, the source are pushed, for example, to OnePlus 2 and OnePlus 3. OnePlus X, some of the devices I've been trying on. But those devices is just some of I've been doing off and on, and just to try out how easy it is to port. And I know Bhushan has been working hard on the 5X to get plasma running on it. Maybe he has more information on that.
So yes, I was getting trying to get plasma working properly on Nexus 5. So there were some issues with, for example, RIL demon. So to get, oh shit, man, this is noisy. Okay, I need to close the window. I will be real quick.
Okay, that's fine. Well, he is closing down the cars outside. I I can briefly talk on something I have been doing. Been working on getting Xenial working, as I said, and we also now have the really early test builds out on our system image server, which you can try out, but I strongly would say that this is purely development build, and they are really, really early. So if anyone wants to try it out, play around with Halium, with Ubuntu Touch or Plasma, you can check out for Ubuntu Touch. At least there is now a Devil channel, a 1604 Devil channel in our system image server. For Halium, there's no pre-built yet. There's just source, but I have been setting up Jenkins to build those, so soon we can get some Halium builds running. And for Plasma, how do you install that?
You're muted.
For Plasma, basically we have a basically I have created a simple HTTP server which hosts the system image and hybrid boot image, and also root file system for Plasma Mobile. And I have adapted the rootstock touch install script, so it basically downloads from the images.plasmamobile.org website, and you can use that script to download and install on your devices. But currently server hosts just Nexus 5 and Nexus 5X devices, because that's the only devices I have tested it on. So yeah, that's how it can be done.
And also, I question if someone would like to port Plasma to a new device, how would you go about that on getting work on Halium, right? Would you say it's just taking on top of Halium now and it should work, or is there some modification that needs to be done?
In theory, it should work, but as I said, the devices with Qualcomm technology that define is set. So for that, Twin needs to be rebuilt with those options. So I haven't quite figured out how to set that up in our Jenkins server. So those devices will not work, but otherwise it's pretty much every device should hopefully work.
Yeah, that definitely is something we need to do on our side also, to rebuild Mir to work with the CAF devices, or Qualcomm devices. And also now we got a bit into Plasma, so I think we can continue with Plasma. How would you see, how far is the developing of Plasma come? Would you say it's a ready for daily driver yet?
Not really. The Plasma is, I will not say that Plasma Mobile is ready for daily driver usage, because mostly so far Plasma Mobile was just as a reference to start with, but then we had to change the underlying stack multiple times, so it hasn't got any actual development on the user interface side, so that needs improvement. And so basically it's ready for developers, but it's not ready for users. This is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. And also, I want to briefly talk about apps running on top of it. Does Ubuntu Touch apps work in it, and how did you guys manage that? If you know this.
I didn't got other part. How did you manage? I got that part, but can you repeat question?
Yeah. The question is, can you run Ubuntu Touch app, and how is this managed to run Ubuntu Touch app with since Ubuntu Touch use some specific Qt parts?
Well, since we have migrated to Qt 5.7 in Xenial, I'm not sure we had a Ubuntu UI toolkit compiled against Qt 5.7 working. So, well, in theory, we can just install the tab files of the Ubuntu applications and run them in theory, but we haven't actually tried it from very long time because Ubuntu UI toolkit was not actually compiling for us on ARMHF. So it needs sorting out.
Dalton, do you have any questions about KDE?
No, sorry. The mail person came, and apparently bringing the mail involves laying on the horn and causing every dog in the neighborhood to spaz out.
No problem. No problem. Yeah. Well, okay. Continue with Plasma. It's definitely is an interesting project. So if anyone wants to try it out, and I really think if someone is interested in whole this project, I think they should try out Plasma also. It's interesting to see the Linux side of mobile operating system, even though, as you said, it's mostly targeted for developers, but it's also interesting to see and inspire from each other and also help out each other, since we are definitely a minority and we really can't compete with the big guys. So for us to work together is definitely a big plus.
And since we are now also moving to Xenial, we might get the compatibility back, actually, right? So we can work together.
Yeah.
So bright future ahead.
Right. Everything is kind of.
Everything is, yeah. It's a bright future, and bright future for all of us. I really hope. And also back to Halium. This is exactly what Halium is supposed to do: is to bring us together as a team, not enemies.
Right.
Do any other? Ooh.
Come on, spit it out.
Is anyone else have anything?
On that topic, at least.
Okay. Should we? Okay.
Right.
Take it further, Dalton. You're the boss.
Where are we? Completely interrupted my flow.
You are in Wisconsin last time I checked.
Oh, hey, look at that. Cool. So let's interrupt our regularly scheduled program to thank all of our sponsors and supporters. So, to everyone who's subscribing on patreon.com/UBports, to our sponsors DigitalOcean, Private Internet Access, and Smooze. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
I don't have anything to follow that up with. You're all making what we do possible. And I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on right now.
We're going to end up on a cringe compilation soon.
Oh, no, we are now.
Continue.
Moving on. There are 196 patrons, adding up to $1,908 per month pledged. So that is really going up, and we thank you every day for what you're allowing us to do. You're making everything possible.
Yes, and definitely making this a success. Really is something you guys should be proud of, because you guys are the one that makes this possible.
Okay, moving on. We do have some exciting news on the Xenial new stuff front. So, Marius, would you, and Jan, since I heard you were testing it as well, would you like to take that away? Marius, would you like to take that away?
Yeah, I can start with it. Well, Xenial is, as I said before, is now out on our system image server, which people can try out. But there's a big but there. I definitely would not recommend anyone that's not familiar with using ADB Flash, using ADB in general, using Fastboot, or if you even don't know what I'm talking about now, you should definitely not try it out, because first of all, settings app and most of the apps do not start. So you are when you first come in to the operating system, you are kind of locked. So you need to know how to get back to Vivid if you want to use the phone, and you also need to know how using ADB, enable ADB from recovery. So definitely, if you want to try this out, I think you should wait until it's more stable. Which now that we have the images out and the heavy lifting is done, going from black screen to 88 is kind of a big step, which has been a really hard work to getting to that state, since it was in a kind of broken state. So I would say that wait if you don't know what fastboot is. If you know what fastboot is, go ahead. You probably know how to get out of it. But if you don't know what fastboot is, wait at least 14 days, something like that. And also, I see a new guy in here. It's Mr. Flo.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. So I'm back from holidays.
Yay.
I have nothing more to say, but I can answer anything if there are any questions. And try to.
Everyone in the community can now relax. Flo is back.
The world is saved. The person we're naming our OS after is back.
Yeah, Flo OS.
Flow OS.
Okay. I mute myself again for the time being.
Yeah,
But maybe I can be of any use. Let's see.
Yeah, and also also Jan can Jan can confirm that the OS is really unstable.
Yes, it is. So let's stress again. You can flash it, but it doesn't do anything. So if you really want to see that what we did, you can flash it, you can try it out, but don't expect too much. Don't expect us to get there tomorrow or today. So you can try it out, but it's really not for use yet.
The only reason why we have it out is for speeding up the development and getting the automatic builds every day, so developers can get in and hack on it and fix stuff. That's the main reason we have it out now.
Okay, and jumping right off of that with 1604, we also have news from Unit. So if I scroll back to where I have that here. So John Salatas, and I hope I didn't butcher his name because that would be really sad of me, messaged me this morning to tell me that he'd been working on Unit all night trying to get it compiled in Qt 5.9. Now, the reason why we want that to happen is because Qt 5.9 is the newest version of Qt.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And it has performance improvements for the ARM platform, as well as Qt Quick Controls 2, which are really cool if you're a developer. And just a bunch of other things that makes our lives a lot easier. So things like the UITK might become slightly less necessary for creating apps, and I do know that is a pain point for some people. So, without further ado there, let me read through this message here. The entire Qt 5.9 stack has been built in Ubuntu 16.04, and both Qt Mir and Qt Ubuntu, this is a lot of Qt, have been backported. So we have Qt Mir, which is required for running Qt on top of Mir, and Qt Ubuntu, which was what the UITK was built off of. Goodbye, Jan. Mute. There we are. Are both backported to Qt 5.9, so we get everything good there. Unit is close to working, so we need 3 more packages: the Ubuntu UI toolkit, the web browser, and Unit itself. Whew. And those seem to be non-trivial to backport.
I will quickly interrupt here because I saw a question on the YouTube live chat to show a Xenial.
Okay.
At least you can somewhat can see here. For me, it's really difficult to do stuff since it's backwards. As you can see, the dash is gone, but we now have the side dash. I can't do this backwards. We now had the side dash, but as you can see, starting apps does not work that well. It just goes to this and then it goes black. But at least you can see, as you can see, it went black. But the new menu,
boot, though.
Yeah, it doesn't need boot, and you can see that actually there is progress going on, and yeah.
And it's dead.
Well, I pressed the power button, but
oh, okay.
So
I thought we crashed on stream again.
No, I don't do that anymore.
Otherwise, in the Unit news, which I am switching back to that, I'm sorry. Apparently, Qt Creator 5.9, downloaded directly from the Qt.io website, saying Qt gets really annoying, works in 1604 with the 5.9 packages that John built. So we could be seeing a little bit more of Qt Creator coming up in the future. And also those... I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Thank you. So if you want to support the Unit project, you can go over to their website at unit.io. That is YUNIT.io.
So good job there, John and his friends.
My network is dying. Sorry.
Thanks for telling us. Another thing that we have, moving back to UBports, since we've gone all over the open source world now, we have a new contribute page on our website, which is something that the marketing team has been working on for a very long time. And so it's on the homepage, it's Get Involved, and it gives you all the different groups of people we're looking for so that you can say, hey, I want to do documentation and readmes. You click the button there, and it gets you in contact with the people you need to be in contact with. Or at least it tries. So that's something that they've been working on since the website went live, actually, with everything that we've been doing between the foundation and the website itself. That is a big plus for us because it makes it really easy for people coming in for the first time saying, I don't know what I want to do. Here are the skills that I have, though. So if you'd like to get involved with Ubuntu Touch, head on over to our website and click Get It Involved in our menu bar, nav bar. How was that?
That's good. And I also want to add that, Bhushan, how do you get involved with KDE Mobile?
Oh, sorry.
You're muted.
So for the Plasma Mobile, it's basically we are reusing most of the Plasma KDE's Plasma workspace text. So it really depends on which area you want to contribute into. For example, if you want to contribute to applications, there is a Kirigami controls, so you can create applications based on them. If you want to get into the actual porting work or let's say device porting work, then you can download the Plasma Mobile root file system and try it on your device. Also, if you the ways to contact us are plasmadevil@kde.org mailing list, or let's say Plasma IRC channel on the Freenode, and there is a KDE Plasma Mobile unofficial group, official group on the Telegram. So these are the ways to reach us and say how do you want to contribute in Plasma project.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thanks.
How about Halium?
For Halium, we have similar ways. For example, we have a issue tracker that is github.com halium/project management, and we have a Telegram channel Halium, and we also have a IRC channel, so you can reach us and ask us how to port, or you can also work on documentation. There are various ways to contribute into
Speaking
Halium.
of documentation, I've seen that fancy new porting guide. How's that going?
It's somewhat still work in progress. We have lots of parts documented, but not everything is there yet. So
Yeah, there's a lot of missing parts, and it is really early, the porting docs. So they're still work in progress, but it still is useful information there if you need.
for example, I struggle with how to get radio and calls working on Nexus 5, like Nexus 5 device. So I wanted to document that, but and I already have some working documents, but well, I haven't upstreamed those yet. So, and also we had contributor from, I believe, contributor from UBports forum who contributed a document on how to gather various data for the mobile device, like which chipset is device made of, or what are the kernel sources and what are the components of it. It's
Oh,
a
right,
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, he came to me first, and I sent him to you because I thought you could use his documentation a lot more. But that was really good.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of tables written in Markdown, and he made them manually.
Yeah.
So if you've ever written Markdown before, you know that is a huge pain. So huge props to him.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you'd like to get started trying to port Halium to your device, that would be the place to go at halium.org and click on the little documentation link at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add, Bhushan?
Not much.
Okay,
That's
Marius.
Oh, only that, as we said, it's still early. Missing, it's still a good start.
Mm-hmm. So if you like to write documentation, hey.
Yes, that it's made pretty easy. If you go on the docs page, there will be a little button on top that says edit on GitHub, or you can download the source itself on GitHub /docs, and you can clone it and modify it in your favorite text editor, Vim, or whatever you like.
Nano?
Nano? For noobs? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Nano,
excuse me. Holy War.
Well, I use Nano myself because I am a noob, so.
Okay. What else? I'm going to check live chat for a minute. Okay. Nothing, no more questions at the moment. But last update of news we have is the due date we've set for OTA 2, which is the 1st of August. What's been going on so far in OTA 2, everyone?
Not a lot in general. So we have some fixes, of course, but since most of our developers are busy with Halium and 1604, there hasn't been done that much, but it still does make sense to push some fixes to the stable channel because people are waiting for that, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. I heard that we almost have Jenkins ready to build apps, so we'll be able to pull new sources.
Yeah, I've been working quite heavily on getting Jenkins to build that package. Yes, and since most of all of the apps can have support for deb packages, it should be pretty straightforward to integrate them in Jenkins, and that should be ready now. So I start documenting on how to get your app or get your part into the Jenkins build system. We are now using the new fancy Jenkins files and pipeline system, which is pretty amazing to work with.
I will have to work on those in my spare time. See what I can do with them. Those sound neat.
They are really neat.
My house is cracking. Okay, whatever. Works for me. Okay, that is
That's
all of
random.
our news this week. So we're going to move on to our community questions. We take these from the forum, the Telegram chat, and the YouTube live chat. But we will have a cutoff for the live chat, so you might have to wait until next week for those. Our first question from... Need to get closer to read this. Oh, I'm afraid to butcher this. Lokamama. Nothing happened? Not dead? Okay. On our forum, he is asking, do you think you will be able to reach an agreement with BQ or Meizu for their Android source for your devices? We haven't tried, to be honest. And we don't know if we want to spend anyone's time doing that. Because while we understand that all you people love your MX4s, your E5s, and everything else that's out there, they're, one, becoming aging devices, and two, if Canonical wasn't able to get BQ to release their source, how is a bunch of volunteers going to? So we don't really know if we want to spend time doing that. Legal stuff is kind of boring.
Both boring and scary.
And scary. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I have to agree on that. We also need to realize that the BQ devices aren't that powerful, and they need to show off our power and be. If we are using such low-end devices, we can't really show off the potential of the device and potential of the OS. And also, we are tech users. We like new stuff. So yeah,
since the E4 4.5, for example, is already crashing when you crashing a lot when you want to do basic stuff because it just runs out of memory. That won't work in the future. For long, at least.
So we understand that people like to keep their own devices, and there are OSs like that. What was that 7 years OS that was coming out? You know, that aim to meet that goal. It's just not a goal that we're looking to meet. So, you know, sorry to everyone who owns those devices, but that's where we're going to stand.
Yeah, they are still going to be compatible with Vivid, and you still can use the device, but they won't get unless someone else come in and say, "Hey, I want to bring the BQ E.5 to Xenial." Well, then it's fine. But the core team and the core decision has been to not bring those to Xenial.
Up next, our next question from the forum again. Lars asked us to pretty much perfectly define our plans for convergence.
Yeah. This is interesting. This is one of the things that I absolutely love Converge, and this is kind of the selling point that we have, because we frankly do the best Converge at this point, because we can run normal desktop apps while no one else really can do that except us.
Asterisk. Yeah.
Well,
that's the problem.
Yeah, well, there is bugs, there is issues, of course, but there is no one else that can do this. Microsoft, you can only run their universal apps. Samsung now, but they only can run Android apps, and there's no one that can run like a pure desktop app that just compiles for ARM and it just runs, which is pretty neat.
Plasma Mobile can too.
Except
Well,
Yeah,
we don't have
he's
a
sitting right there, guys.
Well, Plasma Mobile can run the normal desktop apps using X variant on phone, but it cannot do actual multi-screen thing. So you cannot actually get them on the larger screen. I'm trying to working on fixing that, but it's still work in progress. So yeah.
so right now we are first until Plasma comes. Okay.
Okay, Marius, we can be first.
I said there aren't any competition, but there are. No, I'm just kidding. There's no competition, and we will be glad to help each other out to reach these goals. But back to the perfect converge, at least from my side of things, and I think everyone, not everyone, of course, not everyone, but I think many can agree. The main thing about it is that you can plug and play, where you just plug the device in, a desktop appear, your keyboard gets connected, your mouse gets connected.
Your app get install your favorite application.
App get install, snap install, click install, whatever.
However it happens to work when we get there.
Yeah. Right now it's for X apps, it's apt, and for desktop, for Ubuntu apps, it's clicks. Right now, that's how it is right now. But in future, it'll be different. We don't know. But the favorite idea is just plug it in a docking station. The device appears on the screen. Your keyboard gets automatically connected. Your mouse gets automatically connected, and whatever USB you have connected to it. And you can just straight on dig into whatever, watch your YouTube videos, or write those important to do before you have to run to the store. Then just take with you the device, go to the store, and while you're on the bus, you can continue writing. You come home, plug it in. You already bought your Monster. You're sitting drinking your Monster and continue writing your documents. You go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and take with you the device and go to work and say, "Hey, boss, look at this." Yep, that's
Buy it.
buy it now. Well, yeah, that's the dream idea. And to have it, the dream idea is to have it that smooth that you can actually just plug the device in and just work, and just watch those cat videos, or just do whatever you want as you do on your laptop, as you do on a desktop. And also in the future, maybe have a dock laptop, whatever, and just plug it in, continue working, go ahead, rip it out of it, take it with you, sitting on the bus, hacking on the terminal, and you can plug it in at work, and you have a docking station at work, and plug it in, and you have all your documents there, because everything is with you. And that's the dream, isn't it? That's the dream, isn't it?
And this, everyone, is what a passionate developer looks like. That is the dream. It is the dream. You are right.
We have a dream.
And maybe let me add something, because I don't know with whom I talked about this, but it seems that original the vision was for Canonical to make convergence possible, mostly also with cloud integration and with some kind of online thingy, so that the phone is more like a terminal or so. But I think for us it's important that you really have the things on your phone or on your device. You can use cloud connections to your Nextcloud or to whatever service you want, but you're not limited by this, that certain things only run in the cloud. That means if you want to have your data locally on the phone all the time with you, it's okay. It makes maybe sense to synchronize certain things, because if your phone breaks, if your phone falls, I don't know, down in the shopping mall 3 floors or so because you drop it, then maybe your data is gone. So we should provide possibilities to make the data more safe by synchronizing to cloud services, but it should not be essentially just a thing that runs a cloud service on a mobile device. I think this is not the way of convergence that we want to have. So I would expect that in the future, these things are really smart apps that run on the device and can be used also offline with the data that you have with you. Even in my holiday with no internet connection on some mountain, I could use this thingy. A good example would be that on if you're docked and connected to your screen, I could prepare for my next trip. I could prepare the maps for the GPS, for the navigation. I could prepare all my hotel bookings, my flight tickets, and so on. I would do this from my normal screen with my normal keyboard and mouse because it's much more convenient than to do it on the mobile device. Then I take the device with me, and I have all the data already there. And I can just navigate through my holiday without any pain. Because this is some experience that I had now. In some of my situations, it would have been much more convenient if I have already downloaded everything to my device and not just had to do it online in an area in Austria where there is not so much internet coverage because I was basically in the mountains. So yeah, that's also one of the use cases.
Whew. Dream session. That was cool.
Session.
That was cool, everyone. Thank you.
But also to add to that, we are in a stage where you can actually do this. It's not at all as smooth as we wanted, but you can, as I showed on, I think it was a month ago or something like that, I did show you Converge on the Nexus 5. And yes, it is possible, but no, it's not smooth as we wanted. I think, as I said, I think the base idea is to get it as smooth as we can, and also just to have the experience that it just works. I think those are the words that we are going for. It just works, and I think everyone can agree on that. That's just having something that doesn't work right is always a pain to use, and you probably will not use it because it's just, and that's not something we need to solve, and we need to find some smart ideas to make things smooth.
Okay.
With all that out, on to our next question. Don Hammer on our forum, he has 2 questions here. His first one is, which device do you consider the best? Your opinion, not the opinion of UBports.
My opinion, I can start with me.
Or Ubuntu Touch. Which one should he buy, according to Mario Scriptscard?
OnePlus1.
Really?
Yep. Right now, yes. Later,
I would say the Fairphone 2 if you have the necessary money for it, because it's very expensive, but it's best polished in my opinion. At least I'm using it as a daily driver at the moment, and it works. If you don't need all those fancy Android apps, it works.
Mm-hmm.
And similar for OnePlus1, if you don't need,
you'd want the Nexus 5, probably.
Yeah. But with the OnePlus1, there's just the camera is not working yet. I got some hack together that works somewhat, but I need to find a solution to get that into the images, because right now I can't use it as it is because it's just a massive hack. But I think all the 3 devices that we said here, it is good. They are really good devices, all of them. And the reason, as you said, Nexus 5 if you are American because they're the best American support. OnePlus1 if you are on a budget. And Fairphone if you want a stable phone and a fair phone.
Okay. For Plasma Mobile, what's the best device?
For Plasma Mobile, it's Well, currently I personally have tested it on only Nexus 5 and Nexus 5X. So, well, I cannot really say like I cannot really say one or other. It's a
We're not going to get our insider opinion for Plasma today.
So Bhushan, you said it's not really user-ready Plasma Mobile, but are you using it at the moment? Is your phone running Plasma Mobile?
not really.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Scandalous.
well, I do have another phone.
I'm running Ubuntu Touch.
I do have another phone which is running a Plasma Mobile at the moment, but the other phone is running Android.
Okay,
So
yeah, that's understandable. That's what most of us are doing as well. So
yeah, that's most of us what I'm doing.
Well,
And
yeah,
also,
I was just curious.
Also, to add to that, the best device to use for Halium is a device that doesn't support in Halium, so you can port it.
That is true. Nice words. Okay, we have a question from the live chat. Why is there a white thing on Marius's head?
I think everyone here knows that except Bhushan. So I think Jan can answer that for me.
No.
No. I think we have to hear the original story.
No.
Yeah. Well, I have to take it off for a second.
Okay.
I'll try to speak at the same time here. As you can see, these are wires, very thin wires, and with really much use, as I use this every day. Those cable breaks. So the next best solution is duct tape, white duct tape.
That does make a lot of sense.
As I didn't know.
So
yeah,
another mystery solved.
Another mystery solved.
Another mystery solved. UBports money doesn't get you very far. You gotta use what you have when it comes to headset.
Well, these are the most expensive headset ever, so I probably could get a new one, but
not with our money.
But duct tape is cheaper. It's much cheaper. So
if you want Marius to have a new headset, go over to patreon.com/UBports.
And tell us specifically that you are getting him a headset. We will only accept one person who says that.
Or Bitcoin or PayPal if you want to.
In all seriousness, though,
or send me a new.
We do appreciate our patrons.
Yeah. Also, I'm wondering, how do you? Is it Patreon or Patreon?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's just my new.
Is it Ubuntu? No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave the webcam frame now.
I will take the first plane to Wisconsin now.
Okay.
Things don't go to Wisconsin. They go to Minneapolis or Chicago.
Probably nicer weather than Norway.
Okay, we have a question about OTA 2. Will there be bug fixes or updates to prepare for 1604? There will be bug fixes for 1504 as it is right now. So we can have a smooth transition to 1604, and anyways, that will still take a lot of time before we get there, or at least some time. If you want to see what we have currently staged for the OTA 2 update, go to our GitHub page, github.com/UBports, and then go to the UBports-Touch project and click on milestones, and there you see all the milestones and the expected arrival dates. And yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Last question we have from the forum. So if live chat doesn't get us a question in before we're finished with this one, we're going to end. And if they do, we're only taking one question. So be quick, YouTube live chat. From Don Hammer is asking, this is also unofficial, maybe, probably not. Will there be a new flagship device? And we have answered this before, so I guess it's not unofficial.
Flagship device. I assume you mean the next device, and that really depends on what the future of devices look like. We are constantly looking for a device that support HDMI out to be the one device that we want to use. Sadly, the OnePlus 5 did not have HDMI out, but we are still looking. We haven't set an exact device yet, but it probably will be around the specs, at least the specs of a OnePlus 1, around those specs.
One?
Five.
Oh, we're going that far.
We're going back in the future.
Okay, we're finished with that. We did get a question from the live chat. Good job, Nav. I'm not going to try. I'm going to completely butcher that.
Navgit Singh Shihu.
You tried it.
Close enough, I think.
You did try.
Hopefully.
Is someone working on the SDK?
No.
Okay, and so we're done for today.
Okay, we're done. That's it.
Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least.
Well,
there are people playing with the future of app development and people thinking about it, but at the moment nobody's working on it because it's broken beyond repair, and we would have pretty much to start from scratch. So at the moment, if you want to develop apps, go to our wiki, and there you see how to set up a development environment using Clickable. To Brian Douglas developed, and it's pretty awesome. You can just run a command, and then then your application gets built on and started on the device. So you can develop apps at the moment.
He also has an example app, Hello World app that you can use. Excuse me.
Right, yeah. So there are examples. There's the old documentation provided still by Canonical. So if you want to get started developing apps, just use what's there now. It doesn't make sense for us now to fix the SDK because we have so much other stuff to do. But we will get there at some point.
And if the creator itself works for us, then...
Yeah, and also to add to that, there won't be anything happening before Xenial is out anyway, because Xenial is our next target.
At least not from our side.
Yeah. Well, I also see
if
that
the community wants to come. Sorry.
I was going to say that many of our developers like to work in their own IDE and use their own tools. So Clickable is a really good tool for that, because then you can use Atom, Nano, Vim, whatever. Yeah. Okay. What did you want to say?
It's not important anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay, we have another question. Will 1604 binaries compatible with 1504? I think he's talking about apps there. So apps will
let's start the sentence over again.
What?
Let's start the sentence over again.
Should I?
You started reading the first part as a question. I'm sorry. So for sure 1604 isn't compatible with 1504, but will 1504 be compatible with 1604?
Not well.
Binaries. Really, no.
Right now, no. But later there might be an option for us to add that. But the next thing is to see how easy it would be to port them. If it will be easy as just recompiling them, then we probably won't add that support. But but if we need to, we might look into it. But right now, there's no plans for it. But right now, no, they won't work.
Maybe later. Yeah. Yep, that is a good summary that we just saw over in the Telegram group. We're reading these questions from the Telegram group and YouTube live chat, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, we've got 4 more minutes until the top of the hour, so if you just want to hang out for a little bit, maybe ask a question.
You said one more question. Now we already had take 2 questions.
I did, but now I'm saying we're going until 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock?
So,
which time zone 1 o'clock?
Yeah. You need to specify this.
Whoops. Need to specify. Never mind.
Well,
anyway.
At least 1 o'clock somewhere in the world.
Yeah, pretty much. Somewhere.
Yeah, we got a question. Where is Wayne? Wayne is out there. Somewhere.
That hurts.
Well,
that was good.
That's his username, Wayne out there. So
it gets a lot better
Bhushan.
when you explain it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to add? Plasma Mobile, advertisement, personally?
So tomorrow morning I have an academic talk about Plasma Mobile at the Plasma Mobile. So I will be talking about Halium project, Plasma Mobile, and other projects which Plasma Mobile is collaborating with. For example, recently Post-Market OS project, which is also really nice project because they don't make use of any of the Android's binary blobs, and they still have a variant and working on many devices. So I will be talking about this projects in the My Plasma Mobile talk. So yeah, that's the advertisement I wanted to.
That reminds me of something. You need something from me, and I will be sure to cook that out for you.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Also, question: will that be live streamed or or recorded?
Due to some technical problems, live stream is not possible, but we will have recordings available.
Okay. Make sure to ping me that when it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Correct.
We have 2 minutes left. Anyone have
and a question?
And a question. Okay.
So from YouTube live chat, this might. I don't want to start any passion rants here. Okay. So calm answers. Calm answers. We have 1 minute. On Ubuntu devices, how are you focusing on privacy and security of your users' data?
Well, the first thing I can add to that is we don't have the big cloud-based system with Google tracking you wherever you go, tracking every website you are going to. Well, pretty much have the GPS location of you in a minute. So in that perspective, we do nothing of that. We have no. You don't even require to sign up to download apps, and that way there is nothing that can track you. There is nothing that can combine. Well, say that this device is yours because you don't need to log in. But if you log in, we don't track the device at all. There's no tracking in it. The only thing that might be seen as tracking, but really isn't because every website does it, is that when you update, you do send your IP address as a normal thing in a web browser. So if you go, for example, on Google Analytics will track you on this device. There's nothing preventing Google Analytics from tracking this device. For example, if you go to Google, Google will read a lot of you, not a lot, but a normal desktop computer, as a normal desktop computer will do. When you go to, for example, Google, as I said 3 times now, there will be tracking of you. There's no preventing that. But Also in security perspective and user data and those kind of things, you can have, if you want, you can encrypt stuff as normal. You can do pretty much as same. There's pretty much the same security on phones as it is on the desktop Linux market. So that's what we are aiming for. We are aiming for being the mobile side of desktop Linux, really. We are not gonna be like TLOS, for example, which has Tor browser, only uses Tor, we are not going that deep. But we are being this is kind of hard to explain, but it's like we are being the desktop side of Linux, the mobile side of Linux, if that makes sense.
So we want to
get back to your question. Go full circle here. We're keeping your data maximally secure because we don't have it.
Yeah. No one has it except you. If you don't lose your phone, well then...
Or give your data away.
Or give your data away. Or install malware, because there's nothing preventing you from installing malware. That's also to say that there's nothing preventing you from downloading a malicious app and installing it. So as same as it is on desktop, if you install a bad app, you get a bad app. And also this is something we will try to, for example, if you get Snap support, you can run them in a sandbox environment, which will make this safe. But right now, there's nothing preventing you from doing this type of stuff. You also have full sudo access. So if you want to give malware sudo, you can. But we can't do that. You can. If that makes sense.
I hope that answers your question.
Jan had something to say before you cut him off.
No,
Did he?
No,
Okay.
Okay.
We got 3 minutes off now.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I need to leave for dinner. Hint, hint.
Oh.
Yeah, we're done.
Enjoy your...
everyone.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all for coming to the UBports Community Update for July 22nd, 2017. You can get a hold of us on our Telegram at ubports.com/telegram. You can also get a hold of us using we have Twitter, we have Diaspora, we have Mastodon, and you can sign up for our mailing lists where we will not spam you too much. But we will send you emails telling you about all the great stuff that we are doing. We don't sell your data, and we're not going to spam you. Where should people go if they want to get a hold of you, Bhushan?
Well, IRC, if you want to contact me, then it's, well, I'm on IRC with the nick Pisha on the free node, and my Telegram nick is Bhushan Shah. And also you can find me on UBports Supergroup channel and Halium channel, and also PD Plus Mobile channel.
Okay, that's all we have for today. So thank you again for coming out, and you all have an excellent 2 weeks. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Please like.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Please like.